Hi guys, you probably are a Linux Mint user. Well, I am. Though, this actually isn't my desktop, by the way. This is on a separate laptop that I have. So if I can show you guys with NeoFetch. Yeah, see? This is on a ThinkPad T490S. So, yeah, so no, I haven't rolled back to Linux Mint on my desktop. That is using CachyOS. Alright, but that's besides the point. So, if you are a Linux Mint user, then I'm sure you're aware that, hey, this looks pretty boring. Like, what are these icons? What is this default wallpaper? Okay, this is not the default wallpaper. But you get the point. Linux Mint is kind of boring looking by default, and so, well, I'm gonna show you guys how to fix that. I'm gonna show you how to make Cinnamon look good. So, let's talk about that. So, what we're mainly going to do, this is essentially a three-part process. So, basically, three-part is this. Well, the first being what I'm basically calling the core essentials. So let's talk about that. And the first part, there's no other spot to start than with the wallpaper because, well, this is basically what you get when you use Linux Mint when you first install it. Of course, I have all these extra things on my panel, but that's besides the point. So, we're going to change our desktop background. Now, of course, we can just use that picture I used, but I have my own. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my folder. So, if we go to pictures, I'm going to gonna add my wallpapers folder. And there we go. I have this wallpaper. Oops, this track point is weird to use, but okay, I'm getting used to it, I promise. So yeah, there we have our wallpaper. Of course, I'm not gonna link the exact wallpaper. I really recommend you just find one yourself because, you know, it's best to kind of make the desktop your own, you know, make it whatever you want. So, alright, the next step to that is we're going to do the themes. So because we're going to change the icons, because as you see, these icons are not very good, to put it lightly. They're really ugly compared to what KDE Plasma has by default, so let's fix that. So again, we go to themes. Again, you just access the menu, type themes. You know, you should know that if you use any computer, okay, whether that's Windows or whatever. So we're going to open, so once we're in themes, we go to advanced settings if you have not enabled that. Then you want to go to icons and then select the Papyrus themes, which is included by default, at least for 22.3, and voila, the icons are now changed. And this already looks a lot better because, you know, these are actually good looking icons. And, well, if we open the menu, see, all the icons are different. Of course, not every icon's different. These icons for Crispy Doom are still the same, but hey, for the most part, yeah, we get actually good looking icons. We got, I mean, look how good Firefox looks. Look how Vivaldi looks. It's not just the V, it's actually the circle. You know, these Papyrus icons are really good. And so yeah, that's basically part one. You can stop right here if you want to, but I'm gonna go further because the next part is the panel. So, you know, this thing down here, by default, it's a pretty basic panel. I mean, you've got your menu, you've got your task manager, and you got your system tray on the right, but we're going to edit this. So what we're going to do is right click, we're going to move this panel, I'm going to put it up, so you can see this is on the top, a little variation, and we're going to add a new panel, down here, I'm not saying we're going to. This is mainly what I'm going to do. You don't need to copy exactly what I do. I'd recommend you just basically like watch and then just edit yourself so you can actually do things. Alright, so then I'm going to do panel edit mode. And there's a few things I'm going to remove that I don't need. Like I'll remove this corner bar. I don't see a reason to have it. And I'm also going to remove this, I'm going to remove this separator because I don't need separators. It's really unnecessary lines for me. Then I'm going to take this task manager. I'm going to drag it all the way down here. And this menu I'll technically remove. You can keep this if you want, but there's another alternative to this, which I'll show you shortly. Then I'm going to move the clock here, and we can edit the clock. We can edit this calendar if we want. We can show the weeks. Yeah, we can show the week numbers in calendar. We can also use the custom date format. There we go. So see, it says it's Friday, April 17th. At least that's me recording this video. And yeah, show information on date. Oh, oops. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, there. Well, okay, don't show this again. Anyway, let's configure. Yeah, this is on 24-hour clock for some reason. Custom date. Yeah, I don't know why this is. Okay, let's go to. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about this. But yeah, you can customize this if you want to do that, but we're not gonna do that for this video. Okay, now we're going to add some applets. There's two that I mainly want to add. So the first one is we have to go to download if you want to actually download new ones. So okay, it'll pop up eventually. Okay, but the one I want to mainly add is the Cinemenu. This should pop up eventually. Okay, give it time. There we go, see? We're gonna add the Cinemenu. So yeah, I'll add the Cinemenu, and then I'm also gonna add, is it called Workspace? Here, let me go to Manage, and then let me add in, let's see, where is it? There, I'm going to add, okay, well let me add the Cinemenu first. Okay, it's all the way up here. So I'm going to add the Cinemenu. I'm going to drag it all the way here. Then I'm also going to add a workspace switcher. So this basically lets you see your other this lets you see your other virtual desktops basically. And so yeah, those are the only two I need, so we can just exit edit mode. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And then I'm going to also edit these, so we're going to go to configure. So yeah, we can do layout. I'm going to mainly do appearance. I'll keep the menu text. I'm going to do a custom icon. So there. And I'll add in a Mint logo. Okay, I'll do a symbolic Mint logo. Okay, crap. Okay, so yeah, let's go to Linux. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'll just find it here. Find the one I want. I'll do, I'll pick this one. I like this one. And yeah, there's also, they got logos for other distros. There's Manjaro, I got Debian, Arch, Ubuntu, OpenSUSE. So yeah. Alright, so there we go. I have the Linux Mint logo, well, the Leaf logo in particular, but whatever. So then we're going to configure our workspaces. The main thing I wanted to do is just simple buttons, because I thought that looks the nicest. There we go. So I have these buttons that I can switch to my desktop. Though if there's a keyboard shortcut to this, you can just do Control Alt arrow keys, and there you go. You can swap to desktop. So then we're going to that's basically all I do for the top panel. We're going to also edit the bottom panel. What I'm mainly going to do is adjust the size of this. So I'm going to increase this to, I'll do 50. 50 will be good. And then I'll do intelligently hide panel. So, and then let's also see, can I do the width? Where's the width? I want to see how I can find that. It doesn't matter. So anyway, what the intelligently hide does is if I open browser, then there we go. It will automatically hide while I can keep this panel visible. So there you go. And also change this. I'm going to reduce the size of this to about 35 or 30 might be the best. Yeah, that way it's not as like blatantly obstructive. Alright, so that's our so far this already looks really good already. We have our two panels. We have the big one and the small one. I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, 55 will be good. Let's also change the symbolic icon size. I don't know what that's going to do. It's probably not going to do anything, but whatever, I'll just do that. Alright, so that's our settings. And that's basically part 2. So this is already looking really, really good. I don't know if I'm recording. Alright, 12 minutes in, and we already got something very good looking. Alright, now the next thing, we're going to add some custom themes. And yes, this is by the way what Cinemenu looks like, really cool. So yeah, it's basically a lot more polished, basically. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to themes because we want to include new themes. You can do other things if you want. You can include, you can add different cursors if you want. You can also add applications and your desktop. Though we're gonna add some custom themes, and there's 2 ways you can do this. So the first way, you can go to the add remove, and I'm going to pick Orchidia Dock. I think that's what it's called. And there, so you have that added, and then you can, it should appear. There it is. There, it takes a bit to register, but there you go. That way we have a good looking desktop. Actually, I'm gonna adjust the size of this a little more. Yeah, because this looks out of place. I'm going to fix that. Hold up. Oops. Whoop. Oh crap. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Just keep it at. God, this drag point sometimes doesn't show. Okay, there. Alright, 35 will do here. I'll actually just configure this. Here, I'll actually just change this to, let's see, can I change it to visual representation? yeah, they're all... Yeah, I'll keep on the visual representation. I think that looks a little better. So yeah, that's one way you can install your themes, by going into the, basically by going to the add remove, though. The second way you can do it is we're going to go to our browser, and we're going to type basically, I'll just type Cinnamon Themes, and there we have Cinnamon Spices. So I'll just download a random one. I'll download Faded Dream. I'll show that. I'll just pick a random one just to show you guys how this works. So we download that. Then what we want to do next is, let's just close. Let me just close this. So then we're going to go to our file manager. It's just called Files, but whatever. So then I'm going to go to, see, I'm going to open two of these at once. Oh yeah, we also want to show our, yeah, we need to actually change desktop settings. Hold on, let me see if I can get this to show the disks. Let me see if I can get this to not show the disks. Let me see. Nope. Hold on. Is it display settings? Let me see. There's settings. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, there's this storage 2 icon, but I'm going to get rid of that because I don't usually because I basically tend to not have any desktop shortcuts, basically. I think it's under the system. Let me go to settings real quick. Under system settings. Let's see. In desktop. There, mounted drives off. There we go. That's how you do it. There. So that way we have no desktop shortcuts, because I don't tend to use that. I just rather type shit. I'd rather just type what I want. Like if I want to open Steam, then there we go. I have Steam right there for me. Alright, but anyway, yeah, so anyway, back to the point, if you want to download your themes, if you download it from Cinnamon Spices, you can go to Home, show Hidden Files, then we'll want to go to the Themes folder, then open up your zip. You don't need to really extract it, you can just drag and drop it here. And there, it should appear. So let's open up themes again. There, see? That's the second way you can install themes. I might actually keep this instead. Here, let me, just in case, I'm going to reduce the... Here, let me actually put this on buttons, because I want to do that instead. Ah, there we go. See, it doesn't... There, this highlight won't actually overlap. Good. Yeah, I actually like this better than the Orchidia dock. So yeah, that's for themes. We can do the same for icons too, so I'll show you how that works. It's the same method. So first let's go back to Cinnamon Spices. And yes, you can download other things. You can download desk lists, you can download extensions, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to download, actually, let me retype this in. Let's see. Elixir icons. There, it's somewhere. Maybe it's under the cinnamon, Here, let me actually go back to Cinnamon Spices. I know it might be lost a little bit. I'm just gonna do this. No, it's not. Here, maybe I should do like some custom icons. Yeah, you really gotta find these if you wanna, you really have to find these. Here, where do we install custom icons? I swear, it's somewhere. Here, what if I do KDE icons? Yeah, I'll do... Okay, this is probably not this is not the right spot, but I'm trying to find something, dude. Maybe it's... This is weird. I swear there was an icons list, but nope, there isn't. Here. But I know this is a, yeah, well, I'll just show you the icon. Yeah, I don't know, but there is a site you can find these. I need to find it. Let me find it real quick. Okay, I found it. It was Open Desktop, apparently. God, no wonder that was hard to find. So anyway, I can show you how to, download custom icons. So, yeah, I know I messed up a lot, but hey, I know what I'm doing, just things don't always appear for whatever reason. So, we're gonna download these monochrome icons using the Plasma theme color scheme. Long name, I know, but whatever, we'll just roll with this. So we're gonna, here, I'll just minimize this. So there, we got our Plasma monochrome icons for Cinnamon. So we're gonna go back, and we are going to our icons, and drag this here. So yeah, I'll go with that particular icon just for reference, and open themes again. Then this should appear. There it is. Okay, it was right there for a moment. There we go. So you have different icons. Okay, well, be aware some of these are incomplete. Unless it's unless it might be the Papyrus student. Oh, nope, it's not apparently. Oops. Okay, but yeah, that's how you can install themes. So yeah, that's how you download themes and custom stuff. I'm just gonna keep Papyrus Dark just because it's the most consistent, in my opinion. So yeah, it has the most option. It basically covers the most desktop icons. Yeah, I'll just delete that. I'm not gonna need it. And yeah, I'll delete these two just because why not? Alright, but yeah, that's basically how you can customize the Cinnamon desktop. So yeah, it was pretty simple. And with that, you basically have a much better looking desktop now. Like really, isn't this much better looking? Like, I took a screenshot of the before results. Let me show you. So let's go back to pictures. There we go. See, this is what we started with. See, it was pretty boring looking. Look at those boring icons. Look at that, so boring looking. This desktop wallpaper. Okay, it's not that bad, but and the storage icon. Like, did we need a storage icon? I don't. Meanwhile, this is what I made. Now, don't copy exactly what I do. I recommend you just play around with this, you know, to get something you want. Like, you know, maybe you want different desklets or applets than I do. And yes, you can also add applets too. They're the same thing, or yeah, desklets actually. The panel has the applets. But yeah, you can basically get creative with whatever you want. So yeah, you can add different themes, you can add a different wallpaper, different desklets, and so on. So yeah, that's basically the Cinnamon customization. If you